In honor of Halloween, a scary story. Not about the living dead who stumble through graveyards. Not about ghouls who rise from coffins. This story is worse, because the monsters in it are real. They are walking among us. They look like neighbors, co-workers, friends. They laugh at parties, they buy groceries, wear clean shirts, drive sensible cars. Nothing about them seems unusual, but they are infected. They are what you might call a subtle, cunning, and ever-present kind of zombie. These menaces don't eat flesh. They don't drink blood. What they consume is far more subtle. They drain something you can't see on an X-ray, something that, when stolen away, makes a person feel smaller, weaker, less than. Like all monsters, they have an origin story. Some are infected early in life by the tainted hand of an abusive parent or a controlling caregiver. A child cruelly tortured into the destructive lie that to survive, you must dominate. When you are out of control, you're worthless. That parasite whispers that mantra to them their whole life. Control or be controlled. The others are born as the hollow ones. For them, empathy never switches on. No infection needed. The pathogen is already there. They arrive already missing something vital. They wear a human face, but behind the eyes, there's a void. But in either case, the result is the same. They blend in, they appear alive, they function in the world, but their hunger never stops. And if you could hear the dark pathogen within these monsters speak for itself, it might sound like this.
I don't hunt in dark alleys. Why would I? My prey is easier to find in classrooms, kitchens, offices, and church pews. Places where no one suspects a thing. I look ordinary, friendly, harmless. That's my camouflage. If you notice me at all, it's only in subtle behaviors. Habits born from the endless hunger of my corrupted, pathogen-driven soul. Most people miss it. They want to miss it. I don't strike the strongest. I scan for the pliable, the self-doubters, the desperate to be chosen, the ones who confuse my attention for love. And once I spot them, I begin the work. Smiles, flattery, a gift or two, a promise. They feel special, chosen, one in a million. And they don't realize what's happening. Not yet. Because my way of feeding isn't by bite or by blood. It's by control. What do I eat? Not flesh, not brains. My appetite is stranger and far more cruel. Confidence is the appetizer. Every hesitation, every second guess, every swallowed word, I savor it. Independence is the main course. The more my prey believes they cannot choose, cannot act, cannot stand alone, the stronger I grow. And joy? Joy is the dessert. That spark of laughter, that flicker of dignity, that sense of self-worth. I cruelly extinguish it and, exquisite. But I never take it all at once. I keep it alive, so I can feed again tomorrow. I harvest slowly, endlessly, because I am never satisfied. And though I speak as I, know this, I am not alone. There are others like me. We walk among you. The capture isn't dramatic, it's quiet. A hand held too tightly. A suggestion that quietly hardens into a rule. What looks like love soon mutates to ownership, and then into confinement. Isolation comes first. Soft at the start, but relentless. They don't understand us. Why spend time with them when you have me? Then belittling, always with a smile. Oh, you're so forgetful. You couldn't handle that on your own. That laughter hides the bite. And finally, control of money, of choices, of identity itself. A driver's license taken for safekeeping. A bank account locked. A dream dismantled. And the sweetest part, when my prey begins to whisper my lies to themselves, that's when I know the harvest is secure. Every predator has a weakness. Mine is simple: losing my food supply. Threaten my confidence supply, my independence supply, my joy supply, and the mask slips. My smile curdles. My voice rises. The gentle hands become claws. When charm fails, I show you my teeth. I rewrite the story, call the law, raise my hand. You'll never make it without me. I'll ruin you. I do what I must to keep the harvest. Because without prey, I am nothing. Exposed, weak, powerless. And that terror of being powerless is what makes me dangerous.
That is the voice of the pathogen. Cold, hungry, calculating. But here's the truth the zombie doesn't want you to hear. The prey is not infected. They are not doomed. They are not hollow. They are simply being manipulated and drained of their confidence, independence, and joy. But the manipulation and gaslighting can end. The cure begins with recognition, a small decision, a single independent act, a call to a friend, a choice made without permission. Each step stars the parasite. Each spark of confidence weakens its hold. And one day, the prey steps away from the parasite. In that moment, they stop being a source. The zombie may rage, threaten, stalk, but with no one left to feed on, the monster collapses into what it always was, a hollow thing, pretending to be strong. And the former prey? They are free, alive, and, in time, whole. As for the zombie, some might face their infection and change. Most don't. Most simply shuffle on, hunting for another source, another harvest. This wasn't a ghost story. It wasn't a Halloween legend. It was a field guide, a mask pulled back. Because the zombies walk among us. They look like neighbors, coworkers, and family. They don't eat brains, they eat confidence. And in the smallest act of self-belief, the smallest step away, it's like a shovel to the skull of the undead. So, here's an ounce. Monsters don't always live in graveyards. Sometimes they sit across the table, smiling, waiting for you to doubt yourself. But they only win if you stay in the chair. Walk away, and the monster starves. And that's it. An ounce submitted for your consideration. If this story felt a little too real, know this: you're not alone. There is help, and there is hope. The National Domestic Violence Hotline is free, confidential, and available 24/7 at 1-800-799-7233 or text START to 88788. You can also find international resources in the video description. And if this episode struck you, don't stop here. Watch The Ghost Train That Destroyed a Town, another story where danger crept quietly until it consumed everything in its path. You'll find it linked right here. Subscribe, share, and keep listening, because sometimes the scariest monsters aren't in horror films. They're the ones hiding in plain sight. Thanks.